We are just one game away, one good result away from qualifying for the Champions League for the very first time. But I do believe that if that happens, we will be punching way above our weight. And I personally would prefer to be in the Europa League again this season. But who knows what is going to happen. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to The Road to Glory, Part 58, Season 7, still here at Livingston. And today we will be away at Braga in the second leg of the UEFA Champions League Path Playoff. And a good result today will mean, I think, that we will qualify for the Champions League proper. We will also be playing in the Premiership in a home game against fierce rivals Dundee. But before we get into that, if you are new to the channel and you like FM content, then why not subscribe, like, watch and comment, help the channel to grow and help us to support all that very good stuff that you can see scrolling up above. And thanks to the generosity of many of you, we have made a very good start and we have raised already £171 via the Just Giving page that we have recently set up. If you do have a mind to contribute, and even if it's small, £1 or £2 will be great. It will all mount up and together we can make a difference. I will leave a link to that Just Giving page in the description below. But it is now time to look at what has been happening since you were last here. And we have played the first leg of our tie against Braga. Braga, who turned out to be possibly a more difficult opponent than we had given them credit for, and featured players such as Mitrovic. And he is a very strong, very dangerous player. But this is what happened in the first leg. What an incredible result, but I do feel there is still plenty of work to be done. And in the league, things are also going very well, and we are in third place, behind, of course, Celtic and Rangers. Rangers who have made a much better start to this season than they have made in the previous two. We are only behind on goal difference, and if we have a look at what's happened on the pitch since you were last here, you will remember that we were beaten by 2-1 at home by PSV Eindhoven after leading by 4-1 after the first leg to finish that tie with an overall 5-3 aggregate victory. And that has set us up with the Path Playoff game against Braga, which you saw we won by 3-1. And before that, we had played Inverness in the League Cup second round. We played a very young, very reserved team and just about managed to sneak that by 3-2. I am not interested in playing well in the cup competitions despite what the board want, but we have gone through to the third round. And following the game against Braga, we had a 1-0 victory at home to St Johnstone, and that means that we have had 3 1-0 victories in the Premiership, and things are not going all that well, and we are struggling to score goals. And if we have a look at the squad, Charlie McNeil for one, well, he's been particularly poor and his form is outrageously bad. 6.3, 6.4, 6.6, 6.6 and 6.6. He has not played well at all. And the plan to have him coming in when Anderson was out of form does not seem to be working at all. He seems to be a worse player than Anderson. And then Anderson himself out for most of the season so far, but has come back lately, and he's just got himself a 6.5 and a 6.6. It seems that we cannot get a striker to function in this team. I've tried changing the roles. I've tried Charlie McNeil on the wing. Things are not working out at all. And even Jeff Nubler, who has been the go-to when things have been pretty bad, he has not been playing particularly well. He has recently, though, scored his first goal for many, many weeks. And maybe, just maybe, one of those three is about to come into form. And so Nubler's recent form seems to be the best of all three. And so we do have problems up front. We are not scoring goals, and we have to be thankful to our defence and our midfield, who have been putting the goals in at the moment. In terms of the transfer window, we still have a week or so to go, 10 days to go. Nothing much has happened. We have made one signing, and we have brought in Ricardo Pagano on a free transfer. He is a very decent player. He's come in from Roma, where he has been a peripheral figure. 19 appearances 2 seasons ago, just 9 last season, and he has made his debut for us, getting a very creditable 6.9 rating. But he is a fairly decent player, and he can play either as an attacking midfielder or an inverted winger on either side. And I think that his attributes look quite decent, and maybe, just maybe, he's going to be someone who we can rely on, somebody who's going to become a regular starter. I want to play him, I think, as an attacking midfielder on support, and I think his attributes suit him quite well for that role. And then that means that we can bring Sibley and Whittaker back to bolster the midfield. And that's the only thing that has happened in the transfer window so far. And there is no other news. And so we do have to play this game now against Braga away. And the club vision is that we will reach the Champions League proper. We are in a good place to do that, but a poor game today could mean that we don't. I'll be quite happy to go into playoffs for the Europa League at this stage, as I feel that we've got much more of a chance playing in the Europa League rather than the Champions League, where we're going to be totally out of our depth. But it is what it is. We still have to go out and win this game, and then we will see what happens in the future. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today is Johnson in goal, with Ashby, Akinola, Murphy and Penrice at the back. Levitt, Whittaker and Martin in the middle. Henderson, Sibley and Anderson will play up front. The biggest game we've ever played, and I don't know if we are good enough to get through to the Champions League proper, to the group stage. I don't even know what counts as the Championship League proper. And go out and prove everybody wrong. We're expected to lose. Go out and prove everybody wrong. We've had a very, very tough draw in this Champions League, and it's been very, very tough on us. You can see how good a team Lukic and Mitrovic, Romero is a very, very good player, and the left back Niakate is also a very, very good player. We have players like Anderson and Sibley and Levitt. These are not as good, anywhere near as good as the Braga team, and I'll be very, very surprised actually if we manage to get anything out of this tie. We are 3-1 up. We've got to be optimistic until the chips are down, but I think Braga are going to be too strong for us. This does look pretty, the Champions League stuff from FM, but I think we could probably say goodbye to it after today. It is Braga who've made the better start. They are controlling possession. They've had the only shot of the game. They do have a tremendous amount of shots on target, Braga, which we need to learn from. We need to emulate those if we're going to progress as a team. and we are holding our own at the moment. I would say after 18 minutes, nothing much seems to have happened. I've decided to go with a low block today to try to stop them getting shots from around the penalty area. I'm aware they get a lot of shots on target, and so we need to stop them shooting if we possibly can. And Braga do have a corner, and they are swinging the corner in, and there is the first goal. And just as I suspected, I think Braga are going to be too strong for us, and we have gone a goal behind. 30 minutes are gone, we're a goal behind. It is now 3-2 on the night, over the whole tie. And let's have, we do have a highlight. Here is Johnson, yep, just slow it down. We need to slow this game down. I've also asked them not to play at a high tempo, slow everything down. And I think we probably need to get stuck into them before half time. So let's just ask the players to get stuck in and see if we can't do something. And they are through again, and they are going to make it 2-0. It's all level on the night. It's all level on the tie. Over the whole tie. It's now Braga 2, Livingston 0. It's painful to watch. We are not playing very, very well, and especially up front again. It's amazing that everybody, all three players up front are having poor games, and I don't know what else to do. I'm going to push the lines up, I think. I think that maybe it's time to go at them a little bit. And I don't really want to watch this 7 or 8 times, thank you very much. And I think what we'll do, we'll just make a change. We're going to push the lines up, and we will go much higher in terms of our press and see what happens. We'll just make a change. I don't know if it's going to make any difference. Braga are absolutely dominating the game. They are 2-0 up. And we need to get our foot on the ball. And Sibley is coming away with the ball. And he has got one-on-one with the defender. What can he do? Can he come inside? His support is arriving, but it's very slow. Whittaker's header balloons over the crossbar. And it remains Braga 2, Livingston 0. Sibley was very isolated there. Anderson was nowhere to be seen. And we should be absolutely doing better than this. I'm not too happy with how things are going. I did suspect, and this is the boy, that the left winger is the one who's causing us problems. And I think at half-time we need to do something about him. I really am struggling. We simply have to be better. And we need to be better in the second half. We're having a terrible, terrible time. Penrith is having a very, very poor game. Akinola is not playing very well. Josh Martin is not playing very well. And I think it might be time to make some substitutions. And so we have made some substitutions, trying to get ourselves back into this game. But at the moment, we don't look like we are capable of getting back into this game. Murphy wins the ball. He finds Johnson at the back. Johnson's long clearance finds nobody. And Anderson is having another nightmare. I've got to hope that players like Anderson, McNeil are going to actually score some goals at some point during the season, as here is Anderson. Anderson to Martin. Martin inside to Anderson. Sibley has taken over, and the goalkeeper makes a save. No, it hit the post, and that's just how it's going to go. It's Braga 2, Livingston 0. And we're being told that Ashby is being drawn away because he has to mark that winger. I think that's his job. He needs to mark that winger, and we need to do a little bit better. And I don't think I have any more substitutions I can make. The team have played badly. We don't deserve to win. Here is Pagano, though. Pagano looking to break forward. He has support in the form of Moylan. Moylan, can he find support? He's looking to go down the left. Turns, gets the cross into Henderson, but he's Henderson, the ball is cut out. Ashby is on the ball. Ashby to Henderson. Henderson's lost the ball. Can we win it back? We can't, and it is going to be Braga coming forward. But we have won the ball back again. And Moylan, can we get a goal? If we can get a goal, we may well be still in this tie. At the moment, it's not looking like we are good enough to get through. But, and Ashby's gone and given the ball away. And I really don't understand why we are playing so badly. We actually beat them fairly comfortably in the first leg, and suddenly we've just not got off the bus today. It's one of those days. Here come Braga, looking to get the ball inside. We need to close it down. There's the header. It goes over the crossbar. At the moment, it's still all square. It's 3-3 over the whole tie. 2-0 to Braga on the night. And have we got any more substitutions left? I think we have one more substitution we can make. And I'm looking to who's having the worst game here. Penrice is not having a great game. But here comes Henderson. Henderson takes a shot and that flies up into the air. And the goalkeeper is able to make a good save. But we don't have a left back. I forgot we don't have a left back that we can bring on. We may have to switch things around and put Murphy in the left back slot and bring on another centre back. We are struggling. We only had 6 on the bench today. We're struggling with injuries. We are a small squad anyway, and it's just not working out at the moment. But it's still 2-0. We're still in the game. If we can get a goal, we'll be well in the game. And here's McNeil. He's looking for Pagano. Pagano to Whittaker. Henderson's in. Can Henderson score? Henderson has scored. We are back in the game. And it is 2-1 now. And we are 4-3 up. And I think I do need to make a change. And maybe we will put Murphy in at left back. Pagano found Whittaker, and Henderson with a beautiful finish into the corner. And it is now Braga 2, Livingston 1. I have to say, I don't think we deserve to be in this. And so I think we have made our final substitution. And we wasted substitutions because players were playing so badly. But at the moment, it is Braga 2, Livingston 1, and we are back in this game. And we are still in the Champions League. And here is Moylan. Moylan trying to bring the ball forward. Can we get another one? If we can get another goal, it'll finish the tie. Here is Moylan. Can you get across? And he finds Levitt. Put your foot through it. Levitt tries to drive one. And there's a shot. And that goes over the crossbar. I'm not quite sure who took that. But that was so close. That would have finished the game. There are just 6 minutes left. Can we hold on? I don't want to go defensive because we will open ourselves up for a counter-attack here. And Braga, though, are coming forward. Braga looking for the winner, and they can't get the winner either. And if they'd put that in, that would have squared the tie off again. And I think we'll go back to a more balanced way of playing at the moment, just to see if we can see the game out. We are into time added on, and Johnson is going to take a long goal kick. And that is aimless. I don't like that happening, and he should be looking for support close by him. And he seems to just do what he likes to do. And here's Henderson. Ashby and Henderson getting themselves in a mess, but Ashby has won the ball. And there's a long ball forward again. It goes nowhere. I don't understand why we're putting so many long balls. And there's a chance, and it's gone straight to Johnson. And Johnson must feel very, very fortunate. And still Braga are coming at us. But that's a good tackle by Moylan. It has helped by tight marking, asking Ashby to tight mark the left winger. And they haven't created so much. But here's a chance, and there is the left winger, and he lost Ashby for a minute. And they're just like, it's still going on. Still Braga are coming at us. They're relentless at the moment. They do have a chance, and it's gone out for a corner. And we just need, I'm going to ask them now to close this game down completely. And so we're going to come off the press. We're going to drop the lines back a little bit, go to a low block. We will come off the counter press, and we will, what else will we do? Time waste now. Let's just try and hold on to the ball now and hold on to this game. And there's just like 30 seconds left. If we can just hold on, we will have won and gone through to the Champions League group stage, I think. Johnson is over the ball. He's taking his time. That's exactly what we want. But he is going to launch one up the pitch. Braga are going to press us, I think, now. And we do need to win this second ball. It's extremely important we win this second ball. And there is... Anderson has nodded it on. Pagano was looking for the ball, but it has been won, but we've lost it again. Fitzwater has picked up the loose ball. Johnson fires it long. I suspect it's coming back. And that is full time. We have won the tie. We've lost on the night by 2-1, but we have won. And this is how we win a two-legged tie. We were not in it. I noticed that the left winger was creating a lot of problems, and at half-time I asked Ashby to tight mark that winger. They didn't create as much in the second half. We managed to get some momentum by pressing forward much higher up the pitch, and we have won the game. And we have now to... what happens here? We are facing... Oh, this is our group fixtures for the Champions League. We have Cremonese, Newcastle, Bayern Munich, Porto, Alansaspor, Real Betis, Inter and Juventus. And that is quite a tough few games. I think the only one we've got any chance against is maybe Alansaspor. Looking at the others, they are very, very big teams. We are way out of our depth. We've got a lot of money already, though, and everything's about money at the moment. And so we have a game against Dundee to go and get ready for. I will go and get ready for that, and we'll see you in a second. So the team for the game against Dundee are fierce rivals. Johnson in goal, Ashby, Fitzwater, Oberle and Penrice at the back. Omayenga, Moylan and Whittaker in the middle. Henderson, Sibley and McNeil will play up front. We are struggling for a bench again, but we do have a team, I think, that is capable of winning this game. I think we need to bring in a centre-back because we're short of centre-back, so we'll just put Boyle on the bench there. And because otherwise, if you don't have a centre-back on the bench, then one of your centre-backs is going to have a dreadful game. This has got to be a game that we've got to win. Celtic have won, and we should be going out and winning this game as well. And we are on a good run. Let's keep that going. I've got faith in you. I have to now. Just keep the faith. We've got ourselves into the European competitions, into the Champions League. And we don't have any chance of actually getting through any of those games. We have a very, very tough run of fixtures there. We really need to just focus on the league and getting a good performance in the league. This team is good enough to be in the Europa League, and that's what we should be aiming for. We should be aiming for third, and then we'll get back into the Europa League where we belong. We do have this very tough game against Dundee. We have to attack here. We will attack, and we will try to get the 3 points here today. And we do have the first highlight, and it is Fitzwater. I do believe this is a team, although it's tired from the exertions of midweek, it is a team that can beat Dundee quite easily. We need to start playing well, and we need to start scoring goals. Our front boys have got to start doing better than they've been doing. And Penrice finds McNeil. McNeil is through. McNeil scores. We're a goal ahead. It's Livingston 1, Dundee United 0. And I get Dundee United and Dundee confused. It's not our fierce rivals. The fans don't mind Dundee United. It's Dundee they can't stand. And so, but it doesn't matter. Dundee United, Dundee, we're a goal up. And we should be going back towards the second place at the moment. And we are in second place. Rangers have played a game less, but it's nice to be in second. It's interesting that Rangers have started the season a lot better this season than they have previously. And that doesn't bode well because they always finish the season well. But we will just keep going. We'll just keep doing what we can do. We only have to finish in the top half. That's in the finishing sixth will be fine. So I don't expect that we're going to do anything spectacular this season because of the Champions League and because of the pressure that puts on this very small inexperienced squad. And there's a long ball forward by Dundee United. It's picked up by Livingston. Omeyenga exchanges with Ashby. Fitzwater, he's looking back for Johnson. Johnson, who's had a very good start to the season. He has got himself a Scottish call-up as a result, and that's good news. Dylan Levitt also has been called up for Wales recently for the upcoming international break, so that is also good news as well. But here is Fitzwater to Ashby. We are asking the boys to slow it down, even though we're playing a pressing, high-press game. There's McNeil again, and McNeil has got his second at the near post. And a good cross by Ashby. McNeil unmarked at the near post. It's now Livingston 2, Dundee United 0. And McNeil has played 6 games for us. And so far his average rating has been less than 6.6 per game. And suddenly he's got 2 goals in a game. He is very similar in terms of the type of player he is to Anderson. And we are 2 goals to the good. We deservedly are 2 goals up. And we are solidifying our place in second. Rangers will overtake us, of course, if they win their game in hand. But all we can do is win our games. And if we win today, we'll have won 4 from 4 in the Premiership. And that's pretty good. I'm going to tell them we've played well, but I want to tell them to stay focused. Don't get complacent in any way. We have struggled at the back, and we do need to make sure we don't get complacent and start giving goals away. And here is Ashby. It's nice to see some green average ratings on the scoreboard, because that hasn't happened for a long time. And here's Omeyenga. Nice, picking up the ball in midfield. Omeyenga driving forward, looking for a cross. Can we get it in? It's bobbling about in the box, and it's cleared. It remains 2-0. I remain fairly upbeat at the moment. And even though the Champions League is going to cause dreadful problems, winning 4 from 4 is pretty good at the moment. But it is Dundee United with a long throw, and that should be claimed by Johnson. He's lost it, and Dundee had a chance. And here is Sibley. That was the first mistake I've seen Johnson make, and it was almost a costly one. Sibley's bursting forward. Sibley, who's been in good form. He's scored a lot of the goals in those 1-0 victories. I think it's time to make some changes. And so we have made some changes. We have some very tired players on the pitch, and hopefully bringing in some fresh legs now will mean that we can hold on to this 2-0. And here's Levitt, who has just come on with the free kick. And Levitt drives it just over the crossbar. It remains 2-0. 2-0 will be a good result. We just need to keep this going, keep the pressure on them, and just don't do anything silly. Henderson is looking for Akinola. Akinola finds Boyle. Boyle to Oberle, who's just come onto the pitch. And here's Omeyenga exchanging with Oberle. Lovely ball to Henderson. Henderson's control lets him down, but Akinola picks up the ball, finds Henderson. Akinola in at fullback. There's a ball into the box. It is 3-0. Jack Moylan has popped it into the corner, and we are 3-0 up. I think that's game over. And we are doing very, very well. Looking at Charlie McNeil on an 8.1 rating there. Henderson is having a very good game. And Moylan just made that his. I think he took that off McNeil and decided, that's mine. And he put it into the corner. It is now Livingston 3, Dundee United 0. We've totally dominated the game. We've stopped them from creating anything really substantial. I think maybe we'll make one more change. And so we've made our final change. Oberle is very, very tired in the centre of defence there, but hopefully he can hold on for another few minutes. And as time is ticking over, it's Livingston 3, Dundee United 0. It has been a very, very good performance. Dundee United have come back into it in the last 10 minutes quite strongly, but we've held on 3-0. And that is an absolutely brilliant performance. And I'm going to say nice work, everyone. That was good. And it was a good result given the exertions of midweek. And we've done extremely well. And so we are in second place. We are equal on points. We've won 4 from 4. I expect Rangers will win their game in hand, and they will then be 4 from 4. But all we can do is look after ourselves. And we've done extremely well. The start to the season has been very, very good. And we have qualified for the Champions League phase. And our first game, hopefully our easiest game, we can possibly pick up 3 points in that one. It would be nice. It's the only chance that we have. We'll play Cremonese first and then Newcastle second. Who knows what is going to happen, but I don't expect that we are going to do very well. And so that is it for this episode. If you are new to the channel and you like FM content and you like seeing someone suffer playing it, then why not subscribe, like, watch and comment. Help the channel to grow, help us to support, all that good stuff that you can see scrolling up above. And so, from a very, very happy Livingston camp, managers happy, the board are happy, the players are happy, we will bid you all farewell, and we'll see you in the next episode.